views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to the BronxNet studios located right here on the beautiful campus of Lehman College. Each week, our team here at BronxNet, filled with creative students and passionate professionals, shine a light on the stories, people, and events throughout our community. I'm Eden Martinez, and I would like to welcome you to this edition of the Week in Review. Hello and welcome, I'm your host Eden Martinez. Work in Progress, a new exhibition hosted by the Bronx River Art Center pop-up, showcased visual and performing art pieces while also allowing the artists to work on their art in the open space. Reporter Veronica Guiti has the story.
The Bronx River Art Center hosted one of their pop-up exhibitions titled Work in Progress. This is the second part of the series, which was held at the new culture venue Rex Hall in the Arthur Avenue section of the Bronx. The holiday show provided visual and performing art uniquely put together by the talented artist.
The first thing that inspired me and inspired to ask artists to come and see the space and be inspired was the space itself. And space, as you know, to work, for artists to work, is a premium these days. And when I saw this space, I said, I don't want to just do an exhibition. I want to let the artists come here and work. That they can, a lot of artists don't have more than a bedroom anymore to work in. And I wanted them to be able to have the opportunity to take their creative juices and push it to a new height, literally and figuratively. I mean, it's just, the ceilings are so high, the space is so wide, that they could really push it. And a lot of artists did. This was a great crowd.
It's great for the community. It's an outlet for art. This is done around the city. I've seen this done on Governor's Island. I've seen it done on City Island, but I've never seen it done here on Arthur Avenue. The space is magnificent. The idea is terrific. And it gives artists an outlet to apply their craft.
Laura Kay had the main stage with her visual art performance and described the meaning behind the abstract piece.
The piece is called Alkera. It's the Australian Aboriginal term for dream time or a non-material reality that's equivalent, if not superior, than ours. So it's about the unconscious, about the idea that we have like certain knowledge and archetypes that are descended through our genes and not necessarily accumulated or learnt in our individual life. We work with light, and it's kind of just building small worlds and trying to build like an encompassing experience for people, mostly to go inside themselves rather than it being about the outer world. Is like more of a reflection, again, of the conscious or like unconscious thoughts.
Other artists' work brought guests together to experience their pieces hands-on.
I call it the Lego mandala. Tibetan Buddhist philosophy and the Tibetan sand mandalas, or mandalas, people call them. It's just a practice of a non-attachment to material reality, and I felt like it's something that people in our culture could use some more of. And so I decided to contemporize the concept by using Lego, and also to soften the blow of, destroying a beautiful piece of work by making it a game, something that's transformative rather than just the dissolution of all the sand into the emptiness of the universe, which is kind of heavy.
Well, what I've been doing is I make loose leaf tea, and I use these special tea sacks, and I dry them out after I've made the tea. And then I iron them flat, and they become these tea notes. And for the past 10 years, I've been putting all these stories together. Like when people come inside the house, they sit and they drink. And then I ask them to write down either a story about tea. And since I moved to the Bronx 3 years ago, I've also been collecting stories about the Bronx because I'm originally from Brooklyn and had lived in Manhattan. And I had never considered living in the Bronx before, and I just kind of ended up here, and it's been a real learning experience for me.
The exhibit turned into a party with a live performance by the 50s-inspired rock and roll group Just Nuts, putting everyone in a merry mood.
After 6 long years, the Bronx River Arts Center will no longer have any pop-up spaces because they have finally found a home on West Farms Road. For more information on the exact location, log on to their website. For BronxNet, I'm Veronica Guiti.
Officer Kamin Youth gave back to her community by awarding 3 students with iPads for winning an essay writing contest on what they wanted to be when they grew up. BronxNet reporter Veronica Guiti has the story.
Years ago, Officer Juth walked the halls of Junior High School 125 as a student. Now as an adult, she is serving the community and wanted to give back to the school that helped shape her future. This past holiday season, she awarded 3 students with a tablet who won an essay contest about what they wanted to be when they grew up. Her hope is to give them inspiration for their future.
They're our future. You know, right now we're current, but they're our future generation. They're what's going to lead us to the next step forward.
Assistant Principal Arjun expressed her excitement for her students receiving this opportunity.
I was excited. I was like, here's an opportunity for them to write about what they want to be, what they want to, how they're going to get there. And then at the end of the road, there is a tablet for them because I know some of our kids don't have the electronics that they need. So I was like, here is an opportunity to give them, you know, that tablet that they, or to work for it.
Winners were from the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. However, everyone who participated in the contest received a little gift as well.
I wrote my essay on how to achieve my goals, my accomplishments, and what I actually want to be when I grow up, and some personal bio about myself. It's like a mix of some things like being like the president, being a doctor, and an activist.
I wrote about me wanting to be an international representative or a social justice lawyer. To become an international spokesperson or a lawyer, you have to sign up for a lot of programs and you have to have a lot of experience. So hopefully with the iPad I can organize my ideas and I could look up places where I could go.
Officer Juth left a very important message for the students before getting back to the precinct.
Continue to strive and succeed in what you want to be. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
For BronxNet, I'm Veronica Guiti.
The Fire and Ice Winter Recital, performed by Maria Cristina Nicola, a Lehman College alumni and faculty member, brought bright, bedazzled pieces to the Lehman College Art Gallery. Reporter Lindsay Violet has the story.
Theatrical, passionate, and classic are just some of the words used to describe Fire and Ice, the concert performed by the talented Maria Cristina Nicola. Nicola, who is an alumni and faculty member at Lehman College, had the opportunity to participate and sing in the College Art Series.
It's been such a joy for me to be here tonight, to be in my home, Lehman College, and to share my love of music with this amazing audience.
The art series at Lehman College allows different performers to perform in relation to the art exhibition. Fire and Ice correlates to Bedazzle, the art gallery's most embellished and bejeweling exhibition.
We've had several concerts that have been themed to the idea of bedazzlement in one shape or another. The Fire and Ice concert was really one of those things. I said to Maria Cristina, we wanted something sparkling and full of dazzling arias.
So we thought about human emotions, you know, sometimes fiery, sometimes icy, and the whole idea of transformation, because when you bring fire and ice together in perfect proportion, they can turn into water.
Nicola, along with her pianist David Mayalo, took the audience through an international and emotional journey. She performed several songs that were fiery and icy, such as Granada, My Fair Lady, and even A Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. Many faculty members and alumni had the opportunity to look at the artwork and listen to Nicola's incredible vocal range.
The selection of the music, the songs, some familiar, some not. It was an amazing concert.
It was professional. It was spectacular. I mean, for us to have a talent like this on Lehman, within Lehman, is just amazing.
The musical talents of Maria Cristina Nicola is one of the many performances taking part in the Lehman College Art Series. For more information on upcoming performances, visit lehmangallery.org. I'm Lindsay Violet, reporting for BronxNet.
Bronx natives were invited to the Civilian Complaint Review Board public meeting where they shared their concerns with the board. Reporter Arlene Makoko tells us more.
From inappropriate searches while in police custody to unscheduled sweeps at a not-for-profit and the all but complete disregard of a criminal case involving Fataria Kelly, who was attacked on Halloween by a local resident after calling 911. Police arrived hours after, and there's been little to no follow-up. These and other issues were raised at a Civilian and Complaint Review Board hearing at Lincoln Hospital. The board that holds monthly meetings throughout the city also heard from former director of the New York Civil Liberties Union, Norman Siegel, responding to news that before publishing reports, the board was sending drafts to City Hall and the police department, something Siegel, a pioneer in helping to establish the current group, says defeats the purpose of an independent panel. Already there for a monthly community council meeting at Lincoln Hospital, Deputy Inspector Brian Hennessy, commanding officer of the 40th Precinct, came and spoke, and in hearing Ms. Kelly's complaint, promised to reach out to the commanding officer of the precinct where the crime occurred and told her to expect a call.
He said that he's going to speak to the 42nd Precinct commander and hopefully something happens by tomorrow.
On the job for 6 months, the deputy inspector admitted that there was work ahead in the precinct that ranks number 2 citywide for murders, number 3 for robberies, and with felony assaults on the rise, promised better community relations. Also speaking, one resident from the Claremont section praising the police.
We play competitive basketball with them. We have a whole movement with them called Bringing the Peace. You know, there's a lot of things that we do in Claremont Neighborhood Center with the cops. So if they were to just lead like that and all cops would be like that, I think the world would be a little bit better.
Following the hearing, several CCRB board members shared they want to hear it all.
I just spoke to 2 of the young people that spoke after the meeting, and I spoke specifically to the one that had good encounters with police and the one that didn't have good encounters. Both were excellent young people coming from 2 different perspectives. So I think what you have to do to attack the problem is actually take good and the bad, and then to have a solution for it.
And Maya Wiley, appointed last July by the mayor to chair the CCRB, had this to say on the evening's hearing.
So important for the Citizen Complaint Review Board to really be in touch with community directly, with residents directly about what they're experiencing with the police department, because our job is to be the civilian oversight authority. We want them to know both who we are, what we do, and to bring us complaints when there is a violation, but we also want to hear what's going on so that we can be a conduit of information to the police department to say, here's some things, even if we don't have a case or a law violation, that you need to pay attention to.
Maya Wiley, the new chair, has done an amazing job of taking the initiative and saying, let's take these our CCRB board meetings into the community. And so now we have the calendar for the year. I have it here, and we're going to be going into the community every other month. And tonight was an example of just the first step in improving community police relations.
The CCRB shared they were pleased with tonight's attendance, and they added that having the deputy inspector of the 40 precinct here to answer questions directly helped to move the evening along. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. while you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terracloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on a sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
Hello and welcome back to Week in Review. If you've missed any part of the show, be sure to check out all of these stories on BronxNet.org, Files Channel 33, or Cablevision Channel 67. The Pregones Puerto Rican Traveling Theater welcomed a new exhibition where choreographers Cita Frederick and Richard Rivera act out real-life events and their impact on society. Let's take a look.
Zone In, Zoom Out opened at the Pregones Theater, featuring two choreographers, both equally impactful, in chronicling real-life events that have impacted American culture.
My message tonight is really about the state of migration in our world. I'm focused on the Caribbean as a starting place, but as we know, there are people coming up through Central America to get to the Mexican border from all over the world right now.
It's called Why Did the Pollo Cross the Calle to Get to the Otro Lado? Cita Frederick's performance begins outside the theater with the street her stage.
Cita Frederick is somebody I've met. I've just never seen her perform. And she works at Lincoln Center Education. We have a program at the Hostos with her. And we're excited to see what she does. And so I'm glad to be here.
It continues inside.
The overall theme is about the freedom to move across all kinds of borders. They might be more mental or metaphysical or psychological, but it's also about national borders and a response to our current political climate. It's a response to our current political climate, which I take very seriously. My family came from the Caribbean and from Canada, and so both my parents had to cross national borders in order to live and be here.
We're going to be showing the second phase, and then the third and final phase will be at Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance in June.
Her work was followed by Richard Rivera's Back to the Red Zone that tells of the celebrated club scene of the 80s and 90s.
It was an explosion of all types of dance. It was classical with the training of ballet and modern and jazz, and then it was what we do just when we go to the club, which is improvise, and things when you do street dancing. So it's really trying to just bring that festive feeling back for myself.
While that era is gone, Rivera seeks to keep its message and the movement alive.
I've been doing this work now like 20 plus years, and sometimes you create work and you begin, you try to get at ideas, and sometimes you forget the fun that it was when it all began. And so that's what this piece is about.
Zone In, Zoom Out is a one-time performance here at the Pregones Theater. If you'd like to get the entire program, you can go to BronxNet.org or Pregones, PRTT.org. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.
Martin Luther King Jr. was remembered by Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. and other city elected officials along with Bronx residents. Reporter Tanisha Blanche has the story.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
Many churchgoers descended on Trinity Baptist Church for their annual Dr. Martin Luther King Day service.
We come together as a community, a faith-based community, just to relive, relate, remember, and all to rededicate ourselves to the work of service that Dr. King offered during his lifetime.
It was not only a day of remembrance, but a day we'd look to the future to continue fulfilling the dream Dr. King spoke of.
Thank you to Dr. King. Thank you for your service. Thank you because you've given us a blueprint. You've given us marching orders.
Several elected officials were on hand speaking of one common denominator, our president-elect, Donald Trump.
The job I have now is more important. Yes. Because we are the brake on all the bad things they want to do. So many people want to send America back to the 50s.
Despite the tension taking place in Washington, D.C., Bronx officials wanted Bronxites to know.
Regardless of who's in the White House, all right, my job as Bronx District Attorney will always remain the same, and that is to make the streets of the Bronx safer for each and every one of us.
With so many people on one accord here at Trinity Baptist Church, the true meaning of Dr. Martin Luther King Day was never forgotten. Reporting from the Bronx, I'm Tanisha Blanche, BronxNet.
Hey, I'm Darren Jaime. I'm the host of Wednesdays Open right here on BronxNet Television, Channel 67, and also on Verizon Files, Channel 33. Want to invite you every Wednesday. You get an opportunity to see what's going on in the world of news, current events, debates, public information. That's what happens here on Open every Wednesday. So we invite you to join us right here on BronxNet Television.
If you want to stay in the know about the latest happenings en español, check out Diálogo Abierto, BronxNet's own Spanish show, Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. on Channel 67. The latest in news, arts, culture, politics, and what's going on in your neighborhood. Diálogo Abierto, the best way to stay connected in Spanish. See you there. Te esperamos.
Every Monday night at 9, we talk to the borough's movers and shakers about the latest in Bronx politics, education, healthcare, arts and culture, and literally any and everything that's important to the people of the Bronx. There's a reason why Bronxites have been turning to Bronx Talk for more than 20 years, because Bronx Talk is about you and me, the people of the Bronx. So we'll see you Monday night at 9.
Welcome, everybody. We are open. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You can catch me on there each and every night right after the Quiet Storm. You can catch me right here on Open, 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Let's just call it on the 10s and then just keep it tuned. And we got you covered like a blanket, okay? I'm out in the community and we're all over the place because we are now open.
Hi, I'm David Lesh, legal correspondent to the morning show Open. If you have a legal question that you'd like me to answer, please send me an email at davidlesh@bronxnet.org, and I will address it on our Ask Your Lawyer segment.
Congressman Adriano Espaillat held a community event where Bronxites from all over and council members came together to discuss the state of the country and how the people can help. Reporter Katie Aloy Knight has the story.
As we observe the inauguration day of the new president, New York City state and city elected officials are bringing the community together under the banner of Standing Together, United as One.
Malcolm X fought for equality within the American society as well as his community, which is why Congressman Adriano Espaillat chooses this important site to discuss the role he will play in government.
We felt that this will be a great location to have a different swearing in, right? One of resistance. 100 days of resistance just to start. Every single day. Every single day.
Other city and state elected officials, including New York City Public Advocate Letitia James, Councilmember Mark Levine, and New York City Councilmember Idanis Rodriguez, gathered with the community as one to stand for this cause.
We're taking an oath of all that we represent, an affirmation of the Constitution, an affirmation of our values and our beliefs.
It is only for the benefit of the individuals in the society when we see Black, Asian, whites, and Latino coming together and having a discussion about how can we make the South Bronx better. Communities that provide same opportunity for every single individual, regardless of the color of the skin and the socioeconomic background.
This is a message of embracing values of tolerance, of unity, of diversity. We are not sending a message of negativity today. We are embracing this beautiful, beautiful coalition.
21-year-old Francesca was among the crowd for resistance. She explains why she came out.
Because I didn't want to watch the inauguration, and I wanted to do something that would lift my spirits, leave me hopeful and happy. So I thought a community event would be great. I feel inspired, and there's definitely a sense of community. It's okay you can feel sad and mad and also hopeful and willing to work at the same time. They don't have to they can coexist.
The people speak, resisting for 100 days against hate and for democracy. For BronxNet, this is Katie Loy Knight.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. If you missed any of today's stories, we encourage you to tune in for Open on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m., as well as visit us on the web at bronxnet.org or youtube.com/BronxNet. This is Eden Martinez reminding you to stay connected through your channels here on BronxNet.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's up? What's happening today? Let's do those pearly whites, man. Yeah! The boys, check it out. Stand up, do my terrorists, gon' compare us. Go!
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to try?
I'm fine. Hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today, Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.